Hi, guys. I hope you had a great break and you had a great start to the week. I hope that yesterday with the new program was a lot easier for you all, and I think that it is going to be really good for all of us for the next couple of weeks as long as we are home learning and not in the classroom. But I wanted to continue our snack read aloud because I love these books and I love reading to you guys, and it makes me feel like we're still in the classroom enjoying our pretzels, Nutella, strawberries, yogurt, whatever we may have for snacks. So I'm hoping that you all have a good snack, and let's take a look at the panda puzzle. So first I want to go back into what we have already been reading, and we have learned that there are three suspects that the kids are looking into, and they have been going around and asking questions um, for these um, for these people to see if maybe they know something about where the baby panda is. So we have Tom Steele, we have Irene Napper, and we have Flip Francis. Now, the last chapter they looked at Tom Steele, and I will say he was a little bit suspicious because we saw that he had newspaper clippings on his desk. And that is part of what the letter was made out of. So maybe we'll see in the next couple chapters who our um, panda napper is. And while I'm reading, if you think that you have a guess, I want you to comment below or in the stream and let us know who you think the panda napper is. But let's get moving on chapter 6. A sign outside the fitness center said, "No pets, no bare feet, no smoking." Josh tied Pal to a tree, patted his head, and said, "Stay, boy." Pal sighed and flopped down. His big brown eyes watched Josh, Dink, and Ruth Rose enter the building. The fitness center was one enormous room. One end was filled with exercise equipment. A bank of windows looked out at Wren Drive. A shimmery pool took up the other end of the room. A lifeguard watched three swimmers doing laps. Other people were using the weights and machines. The clang of metal hitting metal fought with the rock music blaring from hidden speakers. Dink wrinkled his nose. He smelled a combination of sweat and chlorine. A green awning was stretched over a counter where juice and health foods were being sold. "I need a milkshake," Josh said, shouting above the music. "I feel weak." "They sell health shakes," Ruth Rose informed him. "They make 'em from seaweed and tofu." "What's tofu?" Ruth Rose giggled. "It's white and wiggly," she said. "You'd hate it, Josh." "There's Flip," Dink said, behind the counter. Flip Francis was wearing a t-shirt and blue shorts. He had long, muscular arms. "Can I help you, kids?" he asked. "Hi, Mr. Francis," Dink said. "I'm writing a story about the pandas. Could we interview you?" "Call me Flip," the man said, smiling at Dink. "Who are you?" Call him Dink," Josh said, eyeing the shake machine. Flip noticed and asked, "You guys thirsty? How about a shake on me?" "Sure," Josh said, "but no tofu, please. Or seaweed." Flip Francis laughed. "How about milk, yogurt, and strawberries?" "Now you're talking," Josh said, hoisting himself onto a stool. Flip expertly tossed ingredients into a blender. He switched it on for a minute, then poured the frothy pink concoction into 3 tall glasses. "We were there this morning," Dink said. Flip slid the shakes and a jar of straws in front of the kids. "My Granny Win would be broken-hearted if she knew," he said. The kids began drinking. Josh made loud slurping noises through his straw. Dink picked up his pencil. "Why do they call you Flip?" he asked. "I work out a lot on the floor mats," Flip said. He grinned. "I guess I'm famous for my back flips." "Why do they call you Dink?" Josh started to laugh and choked on his shake. My real My real name is Donald David Duncan, Dink told him. I guess Dink is easier. Flip looked at Dink's notebook. So how much have you written? He asked. Not much, Dink said. We're talking to people who know Winnie. Did your grandmother like pandas? Ruth Rose asked. Is that why she left all that money? Flip nodded. Granny Wynne loved animals, he said. She used to donate money to animal shelters all the time. Dink glanced at his notes about Irene Napper. Do you know who has keys to the panda enclosure? He asked. Flip nodded. Yep, Irene has one. I don't know who else. Have you seen anybody strange hanging around Panda Park? Josh asked. Flip looked up at the ceiling. Not strange, maybe, but that guy who writes the panda paper seems to be there a lot. Tom Steele? In his notebook, Dink wrote Tom Steele in dark letters. Anything else? Flip asked. It's almost my lunch break. The kids finished their shakes. Thanks a lot, Dink told Flip. Glad to do it, he answered. Just then a tall red-headed woman approached the counter. She was dressed like Flip in a t-shirt and blue shorts. Sorry I'm late, she said to Flip. You can take off for lunch now. No problem, Kate, he said. Late lunch is better than no lunch. Flip placed both hands on the counter and vaulted over. Good luck with your story, he said to the kids as he strode out the door. Dink, Josh, and Ruth Rose followed Flip out. They saw him leap into a dusty Jeep with a rack on top. He tooted and waved as he pulled into Bridge Lane. Well, what do you think? Dink asked, watching the Jeep turn right on Main Street. He gets my vote, Josh said, untying Pal's leash from the tree. That guy could climb an 8-foot fence with one arm tied behind his back. Ruth Rose laughed. Joshua, 10 minutes ago you said the kidnapper was Tom Steele. Yeah, Dink said. And before that, you were sure it was Irene Napper. So, who do you think it is? Josh asked. It could be any of them, Dink said, with a sigh. He shoved his notebook into his back pocket. Did you guys notice that rack on Flip's Jeep? Ruth Rose asked. I wonder if that's for a boat. I don't get it, Josh said. Maybe Flip is a fisherman, Ruth Rose said. Remember the knife? Wait a sec, Dink said. He zipped back inside the fitness center. Kate looked up and smiled at him. Come to work out? Kids get in free after 3 o'clock on Sundays. She slid 3 passes across the counter. Thanks, Dink said, slipping the passes into a pocket. Then he crossed his fingers behind his back. Flip said something about going fishing later. Do you know if he has a boat? Just an old canoe, she said. But he can't go fishing. He's working all day. Dink felt himself blush. Oh, maybe I made a mistake. See ya. He darted back outside. Canoe, he said. See, Josh crowed. That doesn't prove anything, Dink said. All 3 of the people we talked to could have done it. And time is running out for Winnie, Ruth Rose said. 8 hours till midnight. Josh looked at his watch. Yikes, he said, starting to run. I have to be home in 5 minutes. I don't know who it is yet, but maybe we'll find out soon.